Hello, everyone, and welcome to day three of VCT Game Changers Academy presented by Verizon. I'm your host, Dr. Delta, and joining me on the desk today are Cute Noob and Epitomes. Cute Noob, welcome back. How are you?
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited for the teams we have, and I'm so excited to be joined by Epitomes.
Yeah, Epitomes, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I mean, today seems like a really great day to get started with these teams right in the semifinals. So just start the day off really fast on the feet at the top of the bracket. These next two teams I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah, so Epitomes and Cute Noob will be casting some of the action today. And just to recap, if you haven't been able to join us this weekend, again, this is day three of VCT Game Changers Academy. We started this journey off on Friday with the group stages, and we had 32 teams compete. That's the first time we've ever been able to reach 32 teams. So all 32 teams are fighting for pride and part of the $1,500 prize pool. So the top two teams from each of the groups moved on to playoffs, which happened yesterday. And man, those were some close games. We got some overtimes, we got some map threes, and we didn't know who was going to win until the very last minute. So definitely go back and catch the VOD if you weren't able to join us yesterday. And mind you, it is a single elimination bracket, so it's just these teams have to fight for everything to be able to make it into the finals. And that brings us to today. So we have the top four teams. We have Lintica, Team Opulence Black, as well as Dart Monkeys and Team Mystic Venus. Mind you, the Dart Monkeys are the back-to-back reigning champions. So off stream will be the Lintic KO and Team Opulence Black game. Cute Noob, can you kind of walk us through what you expect from that series?
Yeah, so Linpikeo, star team, right? You take all of the best players from Complexity, C9, CLG, Gen G, and they just come together and make this star team, who, by the way, has just been firing on all cylinders, right? They've just been steamrolling 2 and O's all around, which we kind of expect them to be here at the semis. They're against Team Opulence, who is just a 4-month-old team. Their biggest accomplishment so far has been that Sakura Cup third place. But to add on to that, they also beat Team Solaire, which was a team that we expected to go very far in the series. Unfortunately, they did beat them. They went 2-1. They lost split to them, but they managed to win Haven and Bind significantly. They 13-5 both of those maps. Some of their best players, I want to say, is Baby Soap, which is a controller, and their KDA 1.3, their combat score average 229, and their headshot is 20.9%. They do have this really big battle coming up because Lintikeo, like I said, star player team, really, really good. Shots on point. We already know who the top player for Lintikeo is, Jazzykins, with that sheriff and the operator in hand. Nothing could go wrong. So this is going to be the biggest testament to them. How well are they going to do as a team? We shall find out.
Yeah, so Team Opulence Black going up against essentially the Avengers of the Game Changers scene. So good luck to
Yes.
them. And for on this side, we'll be broadcasting the Team Mystic Venus versus the Dart Monkeys.
Mhm.
So these teams have faced off before, and in fact, they were in the semifinals before in the last Game Changers Academy, where Dart Monkeys were able to take home the prize. But this time around, what can we expect from the Dart Monkeys, Epitomes?
Well, last time they went, like you mentioned, they were 2-0'd by Dart Monkeys, and those maps were Icebox and Haven. And like first map, they kept it competitive, but second map, things seemed to really fall apart for Team Mystic Venus. But now they've switched out some of the players. Instead of Pretax Microbe, they have picked up Power Pixel, and instead they've also picked up Mimi as an additional initiator player. And Mimi, she has performed really well in the past, getting some really nice stats off of the game changers. And I think Team Mystic Venus, they look like a very different team with this new roster. I feel like there's potential for a lot of aggression there. And on the other side, Dart Monkeys, They are, you know, reigning champs. They're coming back for another hopeful victory so they can get a third in a row for the Game Changers Academy. But I mean, they're going to be up against a very different team than they were last time.
Yeah. So, not quite sure what to expect. Hopefully, Dart Monkeys are able to keep that crown. We will see what Team Mystic Venus will be able to do against them. I believe we have maps ready so we can
Mhm.
see what battlegrounds these teams will be facing. Okay. Cute noob. Any thoughts on these map selections?
Yeah, we were talking about it in the pre-show. Bind, definitely a map that Team Mystic Venus has performed very good on. We did see that they brought out the Fade with the new changes. Jesse will be playing that Fade. And with that 80% rate, why not, right? At this point, Bind seems like one of the top choices for Team Mystic Venus. Icebox is a map that Dart Monkeys and Team Mystic Venus have played before. That last time they played it, it was actually Dart Monkeys who came out on top, 13 and 9, very close. So with these new changes to Team Mystic Venus, I do see the potential for them to cause an upset on that map. And Ascent, everyone's played Ascent. We kind of know everyone to have a strat for it, but that is one of the top maps for Dart Monkeys. So if we potentially go to that third map, it's going to be spicy for sure.
All right, Epitomes, do you have any thoughts on these maps?
I mean, the first map, like we mentioned, Team Mystic Venus has an incredible win rate on Bind, but they also do end up on the side that they prefer because while Dart Monkeys, they do have a higher win rate on defense and they have a positive win rate as well on Bind with 62%. But Team Mystic Venus, they end up on the attack and they have a 74% win rate on those attacking rounds. So I think Team Mystic Venus having that first map be their pick as well as ending up on the side that they seem to prefer is really favors them for that first map and allows them to set the pace if they can get ahead early on Bind.
Right. So Team Mystic Venus do have their work cut out for them. Like you said, if very important to win their map pick, that map pick of Bind, so that they have a chance to stay in the series. Remember, it's single elimination, so they will have to take down Dart Monkeys very efficiently to be able to have their chance in the finals. So yeah, do you have any other expectations now that we have the map picks and we see it? How does that or does it change your predictions of how the series will go, Cute Noob?
Oh, I don't know. I want to root for Team Mystic Venus because in the past, like we stated, Dark Monkeys and Team Mystic Venus have both been back and forth as far as always showing up to each other. Dark Monkeys have came on top most of the time. So I kind of want that story to be like, yeah, Team Mystic Venus finally beat Dark Monkeys. So I'm gonna be looking for Mimi FPS to really help out the team as well as their newest addition, Power Pixel, as well.
Yeah, Mimi being one of the top players on their scoring for the Game Changers series, so definitely gotta look out for them. Epitomes, do you have any thoughts looking at the maps, what your prediction might be for this series?
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of interesting that Dart Monkeys do decide to ban Haven because they won really decisively against Dart Monkeys the last time they played Haven. It was 13-2. So
Hmm.
Team Mystic Venus basically didn't stand a chance in that series, but Dart Monkeys decide instead to go to Ascent. So I think that is an interesting adjustment from Dart Monkeys, and I'm wondering if they do have something to pull out of their pocket, some sort of different team composition that might come out in order for them to beat them. And now we are going to find out about those team compositions as we go into Agent Select.
Yeah, Agent Select is ready, so we'll get to see exactly what those compositions are to see if Team Mystic Venus will be able to take on Dart Monkeys. Cute Noob Epitomes, take it away.
All right, epitomes. I'm really excited. We were talking about this, and okay, there's already a selection already happening. They're not waiting. They just want to get right into the gameplay. And I did expect Jesse to bring out that fade. Um, and we do also see that they're kind of the regular team composition, which is the Brim, the Rays, the Sky, and the Sage. As far as for Dart Monkeys, I think they also went with their regular team composition, which is Brim, Ray, Sage, Sky, and Viper. How do you feel about that?
I really like the pickup of the Fade because as you see Fade being played a little bit more in high elo, high level play, then you realize that she can be comboed really, really well with other agents. So as soon as you're able to get any of Fade's abilities in there, you just initiate off the back of that really well. And I like that they're bringing it out, but it works a lot better on these teams that are very practiced and have a lot of synergy with each other. But what I'm looking at right now is the Yoru. What
Me
is
too.
that? What is that?
That's a Yoru. Yoru's an agent. Tala and Bunny B said, "You know what? I'm gonna spice things up, right? I'm gonna create a little bit of chaos here in the VCT Game Changers for y'all, and I'm gonna bring out the Yoru, and we're gonna see how it goes down. We also have the addition of a sub coming in for Dart Monkeys. We have Kurozu from Team Surprise on the Jet. I'm excited. This is a whole new composition here. It looks like the aggression already coming out from Dart Monkeys. They're not going to wait an ounce for anything to happen. They're just going to push on through onto this the A main. It is 1 for SK. Make that 2 as they make it a 3v2. Mystic Venus, only 2 players remaining. Mini already on site. Bomb has not been planted. I think they're thinking about rotating over as it gets too spicy onto this A site.
Good call from the rotation to just go all the way around. Really chaotic start in showers to try and fight for that orb control as well. Aggressive pushing from Dart Monkeys on that defense. But it shows a lot of confidence here. Now in the post plan, 2 initiators. This is a lot of utility to get them back on the site. And Fade also has that haunt to get some info, but it actually doesn't net any value here.
It does not. Time is ticking.
One enemy
remaining. One tap, but oh, the swing! Autumn with the frenzy! Okay, we see you, Autumn. We appreciate that. I love it. Dude, what a starter.
I definitely agree here. And now, really nice round from Dart Monkeys to start them off. There was a lot of aggression in showers, and I think that's something that we're going to be seeing on both sides of the map. That battle for control outside of showers as well as B long, because you get that orb, then you can get a lot of value out of those ultimates, as well as the fact that once you push up that far, you get a lot of info about who is there and who isn't. And it also allows them to buy up here, right? That last round, they're able to buy into the Spectres and full shields, and there's a Marshall on Kurozu. So this is looking really good for Dart Monkeys. Team Mystic Venus, I mean, a lot of the time pistol rounds are RNG, but they're trying to narrow the odds and even it out by forcing into the Spectres.
Oof, I do not like that one bit, Paula. I think you kind of respect the meta, and the meta is if you lose that first round, you save up for that third round to be your Vandal round. I mean, that just must mean that Team Mystic Venus is really, really confident. And with that, we are taking a small break. As we can see, Caruso did disconnect for a little bit. Okay, maybe we have them back on the board here. I believe so. I see that ping going up and down. So I do believe we have them back on the board now. Buying up that Marshall, like you stated. But I don't know how I feel about this buy up here, Tala.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting choice from Team Mystic Venus. In the pre-show, we were stressing very hard that Team Mystic Venus, this is their map pick. They have a good win rate. They have a good win rate on attack, and they really need to try and win this out. But I think it's a little bit too early to start panicking and force into those Spectres and that Sheriff. But the thing is, I think they're trying to come in with a lot more confidence. They're trying to get into the game a little faster. They want a head start. They want to start the momentum as early as possible, and I think if possible they want to get those double digits on that first half, because once they switch over to the defense, if you look at their team comp, they do have a dedicated sentinel, so it actually isn't as bad for Team Mystic Venus to be sitting on that defense half as it is for Dart Monkeys, who don't have a sentinel at all and basically have no choice but to push. And we're going to see some of that action and be long now.
Oh, the Guiding Light comes on through. We're going to get a Yoru Flash as well coming through potentially. Kurozu getting control of this B main, making sure that they don't push onto the site. We do, as we can foreshadow, it is going to be that first kill onto Mimi. Mimi has been one of the top players that we've been talking about.
Remaining.
SK, we see you. That Spectre is doing mad work. The bomb is now left all alone to Jesse to make their way over onto this A site. As we can see, Brimstone is already set on that A site, just waiting for that rotation to come on over.
Jessie just slowly making her way over to A, and like I said, a lot of aggression from Dart Monkeys. They have two duelists, and it's in a time where the two duelist meta is coming back. You just don't expect it to be Yoru, but double duelist, double initiator, single controller. This is incredible amounts of aggression that Dart Monkeys display, and they choose to do so carefully. But now Jessie forced to shoot out the Haunt as well as the Prowler. They're gonna know her location. It's a 1v5 situation, just not enough.
Good work.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do there at that point besides cry about the fact that, hey, we decided to buy up this second round and now we're left to really scramble for those pennies as they're probably going to save up and just buy, the regular classics. Although, Tala, I have to tell you, I've seen some nasty right clicks this VCT, VCA. So I don't know, maybe this might be a thrifty.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Just never underestimate the power of those pistols. But now they start this time out in a really awkward time where they basically have pennies and scraps for economy, and now they have to try and think one more round ahead than they would if they save this timeout for after their eco round. Because I'm really not a big fan of them activating the timeouts right before the ecos, because there's not much you can execute when you're against basically full SMGs, full shields, people who have a lot of money when all you have are classics.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It kind of seems like they might be getting a little panicky. You were saying it earlier. They want to get as many rounds onto the board because they are the attacking sided team, and it's not quite showing their way. Okay, Power Pixel Mimi look like they're gonna buy up to a Marshall. I believe that should still allow them to have enough economy for the following round, but still, I'm worried here, Tala.
I mean, I definitely think they might be getting ahead of themselves. They think they have something to prove here, and that's kind of what it feels like. But now they're going for a slower default kind of play and denying a lot of info. But Dart Monkeys, they've also slowed down their pacing a lot as well. They're not pushing out as aggressively, they're just trying to get info with agility. But now the swing out from Bunny Bee, and it's just a one-for-one trade here, Evie.
I like that. Okay, you gotta really capitalize. They get a free weapon. You get that Spectre. As you know, it's a bonus round for Dart Monkeys. So it's a Spectre versus Spectre. Very doable. I love the shots being hit here and Violet creeping up onto this hookah. But little does Violet know that there's already this crossfire happening here. Actually, SK's looking the other way, so potentially could take this 1v1.
Hawk out! Blinded.
Never mind. Instead says, let me just blind here and see what I can get.
Yeah, well, still a lot of info gathered from the guiding light. Mimi's kind of hanging around, seeing if she can poke back and maybe find a pick on some unsuspecting defender, but it doesn't seem like it. And Mars also retreated pretty far back behind
30
Truck,
seconds
so
left.
she can't really get caught out here. But as I say that, Luna is able to find one, but Autumn's got her back.
Autumn says, no way, you're not getting in here. Autumn with that haunt once more. Spots the two remaining attackers. Knows the position.
One
to
enemy
3 on
remaining.
2 as Kurozu just goes into town. Mimi trading off SK here. Now it's a 1v2. Only actually healed up here, so pretty okay. But Kurozu says, oh, pretty okay is not enough here.
No
Third
button.
round on the board
Save
for
the
Dart
day.
Monkeys, making that the lead already happening.
Dart Monkeys 3 in a row, they can now buy rifles as well, and it just seems like they're lengthening their lead even further. But on the other side, Team Mystic Venus has finally picked up full rifles in this 4th round. They also have a showstopper ready, and this is really early ultimates coming out from both of the sides. Showstopper being an 8-point ultimate. Luna has probably just been farming up those orbs, as well as the spike plants, and SK has the seekers, and that's a lot of info that can be gathered, especially on retakes. But Kurosu picking up the operator.
Ooh. Oh no, misses the shot. 10 health and a dream. But hey, look at that. It's the best time to have a Sky around because you get that full health coming back, allows you to really hold that position. As
We
can
tend to
see,
dust.
but doesn't matter because Mimi's shots are just crystal clean. Gets that pick off. The bomb. The bomb hasn't quite committed here.
Yeah, It's making its way around a little bit of a late bomb, but now they have the sky smokes down, so that's going to make it a lot rougher for them to initiate onto site. They still have that sky flash to fall back on, as well as the haunt to get some info through that vision denial. But look at where Jesse is, just lurked all the way up and showers and gets that pick onto Autumn. A site now open, but Bunny Bee going to deny a rotation.
Yeah, Bunny says, I don't know about that. The Seekers get invested here, as they're going to know exactly where these attackers are, especially from the information gathered from Autumn. There is already one onto the site, and Brimmy is slowly making their way over. Bomb
30
gets planted,
seconds
so it's
left.
going to be this post-retake situation.
Spike planted.
They're coming in from different avenues. They can really isolate 1v1s. SK does have that operator in her
One
hands,
enemy
so it's
remaining.
hard to push. But Bunny Bee, they get a pick from Showers and they leave it up to 1. It's up to Jesse now.
Jesse's got a lot of work. Oh no, gets faded out. Those clones always get me too, Jesse. Don't worry, gonna pick on through. Get one on Grimoire. Looking for the second. Flash comes through. Trying to take this 1v1.
Last player standing.
Person does get the kill, but Bunny Bee is there to trade it off. And that's what's so wonderful about Dart Monkeys is they're able to really help each other out and make sure that they're trading off like very quickly.
You know, what I really love about this Yoru pick is that when the rework first came out on Yoru, they were like, oh, there's no way that high elo players are gonna shoot someone running in a straight line like a Silver. But, like, I would rather shoot someone and be baited than be on Twitter, you know?
True. There's been so many times where I just shoot the clone and I'm like, darn it! And my team's super pissed off and I'm like, listen here. Would you rather just get killed by being baited? No, I don't think so.
I'll find you. Face your fear!
Now, once again, Team Venus, they're on a little bit of a janky buy, but they're going quick onto the A site with the help of the Showstopper as well as the Nightfall. But Nightfall from both sides does come out, so there's a lot of visual clutter going on right now with the Sky Smokes as well as all the utility from Fade and Bunny Bee. Through all the chaos, is just left unchecked on the flank, but can only find one SK there to trade though.
Guiding Light comes through, blinds both. I believe the bomb is in no man land, so now they have to gather. It's going to be Luna pushing on through. Autumn says, there's no way you're getting onto my backside. Sit there. Now Violet's left. Roams himself, trying to hit the sheriff's shots, but unfortunately do not come through. And it's starting to look grim for Team Mystic Venus here as Dart Monkey does collect the 5th point onto the board.
Here.
Yeah, so Dart Monkeys, they're getting pretty far ahead, and I feel like they really don't have any right here, because they don't have a Sentinel, and they're on defense. They have 5 rounds in a row, and Team Mystic Venus, while they only have one duelist, they should have enough power between both the Fade and the Sky to be able to get onto these sites, but they just can't get past Dart Monkey's aggression, and I think this is just a time where Sentinels are very weak, and this aggression is really favored in the meta, and Dart Monkeys are taking advantage of that.
You will
Indeed, and so is Kurozu with that operator taking out Luna, but the resurrection does come through, allowing it to still remain a 5-on-4. Seekers get invested for Team Mystic Venus here to get onto the site. Going to be the Prowler who's going to give away the position of Luna. Luna's still going to push on through. Gets the hit on Grimoire. He needs to hold off this push onto Lance retake. The wall to help them plant here, but it's Jesse who's just absolutely going at it.
Now left all up to Autumn, and I think the call might have been to take the operator and save, but Jesse not going to let that happen, and Dart Monkey's not even able to pick up the operator for the next round. They are swimming in money, but it's not enough to buy that big gun. Instead, though, I think Kurosu actually is going to go for the Blade Storm instead and opt to buy for rifle for their teammate instead. So Team Mystic Venus, they're getting ahead. They've made a dent in Dart Monkey's economy because they've made some of these rounds really, really close, and now they're just finally getting past that final roadblock and being able to get the rounds on the board. They also have the Oracle Strike, so they can clear out some of these areas really quickly. But Bunny Bee, once again, trying for some aggression. It's not going to work out and just has to go away.
Oh, Kurozu brings out the Blade Storm, gets one, make that a 2. Actually, Autumn, how dare you? Autumn, I understand trading off is important, but come on, those are Blade Storms. Alright, it doesn't matter though. Corrosive picks up that Vandal to allow them to just sit on the spike. Look at that. Now it's a retake for the attackers.
I mean, spike down, that's a really rough position as well because you can basically have free rotations in. And Violet, it's up to her and Meanie now through the teleporter to try and find something here. But it's, oh my gosh, the Rift Walker's in and just distracts Kurosu, gets one. And it's all left up to Violet. She takes both guiding lights, and even though they can't see, Kurosu can still shoot, and that spray is going to take her down.
I have to say, Kurosu just looking like, I don't know, maybe you might make that a full sub there going in, because Bunny Bee and Kurosu seem to be the wombo combo. You talked about it a little bit before. Double Duelist, maybe making its meta back? I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people who are like, whatever, do triple duelist instead of triple duelist, double initiator. You don't need anything else. You just flash them, they can't see, you run in, what are they gonna do? But now it's another aggressive push from Dart Monkeys to try and get this B long control. Once again, they're getting a lot of info from the Trailblazer being shot out, but the Orbital Strike is going to force them out of Octagon and do quite a chunk of damage. Bunny Bee activates the Dimensional Drift to get out of dodge. And Team Mystic Venus, they're making headway onto the B site.
They are indeed, as we can see, Sky already very low on health, but that was a bait and switch. This is what I love about Bunny. You could just take the teleporter and you're already on the other side of the map, but so is Bunny Bee, and we have seen Bunny Bee's shots be absolutely insane. They just shoot through that smoke. She could potentially get one, but she's not. Patience is key here as Luna makes her way onto Lamps. Going to be the first point of connect. Bunny Bee looks the wrong way, and now Luna has made a way for her to get onto the site. The spike is picked up by Power Pixel, who's going to plant here, but the Orbital Strike says not today. SK also on that back lurk does get the last two remaining players. Now we're talking 7-1 here.
Really nice combination of the utility and the positioning from Dart Monkeys, and it's just showing why they're such a strong, dominant team in this series, because Grimoire able to force these players out of their positioning with the Orbital Strike, and SK's just already in position to take them down as they're running away, and that is excellent communication and synergy from those two players. I think those Seekers have been up for quite some time for SK now, and she's just never had to use them because her team on the retakes have been really on point. Now, once again, a lot of aggression on both sides of the map. Octagon and Showers always fighting for that control, always fighting for some info, and now they know that Violet is somewhere close by because of that Trailblazer.
Ooh. Oh man, I would like to know what percentage for this specific match the Team Mystic Venus has been a planting, because I think I've only seen one, maybe potentially two plants for the most part. But it's definitely very low. We did talk about them having that high percentage of attack, and so far it looks like Dart Monkeys have heard your calling, Paula, and they've made sure that they fixed and were ready for this attack.
They're backing up a little bit. Oh gosh, not another clone. Bunny Bee able to find two. They're trying to find the third. Luna's going to take them down with the Sheriff, but can't retrieve the gun, so just has to stick to this pistol. And the Trailblazer as well as Kurosu. The combo of the utility is enough to take down one more, and pushing fearlessly through that molly, they go for that defuse. And Team Mystic Venus, even though they're able to get that spike plant down, so they have a little bit more autonomy under their belts, it's still not looking good for them.
No, 8-1. I don't know, Tal. I kind of want to say like this is kind of foreshadowing how this series is gonna go.
There.
But I mean, I don't want to count them out just quite yet. There's still these last remaining 3 rounds. You can make it an 8-4. We know that 8-4 on Bind, isn't the biggest deal, especially since you have that pistol round and then that buy-up round if you do win it. Make it an A6. But I'm like definitely foreshadowing here.
Yeah, I mean, Team Mystic Venus, this is their map pick, and it's probably not off to a great start, but they're still going to try and go for it here. They have that Nightfall, they have the Showstopper, comboing a lot of utility, and Dart Monkeys, they are forced to respect it. Even though they're so far ahead, they're not going to walk into the Showstopper, not going to walk into the Nightfall and all of that utility, and they allow that plant to go down. But this is a 5v5, they have ample time to make a good post-plant situation, but they haven't spotted out the flank either. And Gomar and Kurosu, they're going in. Mimi in a good position by U-Haul, but is only able to find one.
Remaining.
And they're still fighting for that control. It's now left up to one. Violet flashing out with the guiding light through showers gives away her position, and Grimoire finds that last. Dart Monkeys, they bring it up to 9.
Yes, we're almost at double digits, and oh man, does Dart Monkeys look like they are ready for the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Tala, what do you need Mystic Venus to do here for these last 2 remaining rounds in order for maybe potentially bring us to that 9-3 curse?
I definitely think they need to play more passively. They know that Dart Monkeys push out from either side of the map through showers and through B long to try and get info and positioning, and they just need to wait it out. They need to stop throwing all of their utility at those players right at the beginning because they don't have much left over for the take, and they just need to make Dart Monkeys a little bit more impatient because as this very aggressive team composition with no Sentinel, it's harder for them to anchor. But Kurosu, this is what I mean by harder to anchor. They just go. Like, they just go through the teleporter after popping the Blade Storm. They do not care about anchoring this site.
Rotation does happen, but I think it's going to be a rotation from Bunny B as well. We have Sky already there. A guiding light comes through. So does the teleport. SK gets kill onto Luna. Now pushing on through. Bunny B flashes helping out Faye. Gets one. Power Pixel is ready to go. But Power Pixel also does not have the spike.
It isn't being directly watched by any of the defenders, so it's not really too precarious. I'm not sure if from that angle they are also able to hear Power Pixel pick up the spike. There are 45 seconds left. And possibly go through the teleporter.
Oh, yeah.
But rotation already been made. I'm not sure. They outbrained one another.
30
because
seconds left.
Power Pixel smoked on the B site, they thought that they were going A, but they're on B.
Bait and switch. I like
And they baited them. This is just mind games.
I'm really nervous. I mean, once that plant goes down, it's gonna be an alert for the defending
10
team.
seconds left.
But there's 2 of the defenders. That's double the angles you have to watch. And if they are, I mean, we know Dart Monkey is great at playing off of one another. So I am ready for this swing to happen. How is Pixel going to get this kill? Is a question. It's gonna be Kurosu with the Blade Storm saying, you know, you had a chance, but it's not gonna happen here.
I love how in Valorant, every few rounds, there's just a chance of you being sniped out of the sky. That is so fun.
Last round.
I love those headshots. They make my day. Just because of the paint shells as well. It's like, yeah, I'm the greatest.
Oh, and now Team Mystic Venus, last round in the half, what do they have? They have the Resurrection, they have the Orbital Strike, and they have the Seekers. And that a lot of that utility might seem like they want to go for these fast takes, but I really want them to slow down the pace at the beginning of these rounds and wait out some of the utility and the aggression from Dart Monkeys, because at some points they are just being outgunned as well, and if you can't counter them with your guns, then you gotta play smarter. And this guiding light, they're not waiting it out, and SK just gets that trade, and Bunny Bee as well, securing a kill of their own.
So that's what they're great at, right? We keep saying, I feel, chat, I know it. I've been saying it back and forth, but it's just how beautifully they are already there to trade off one another. The Seekers get invested by Team Mystic Venus. Bunny Bee does get spotted. Hey, it doesn't matter. Bunny Bee says, I'm just going to use my drift here. Get onto the back line, fake it out, use a bot, swing it through, get one. But Mimi says one is all you get. I have to help my team out here. Now they're left in their own spawn, having to figure out where is the right side to hit.
I mean, Bunny Bee was definitely trying to play some mind games with Team Mystic Venus, and this is a really rough situation because at this point you only have the orbital strike. You can use it in the post plant, however, but the best that they can hope for is 10-2. Dart Monkey's already on double digits, and this is a round that they really
30
need
seconds
to
left.
win, or else it's just going to be so downhill once they get on that defense. And now slow walking their way through showers. The Prowler's going to give away a position, and Grimoire. Oh my
Last
gosh.
player standing.
Okay,
Oh
they're
my
just
God.
ready. The trades are there. It's going to be the Prowler coming on through for Autumn,
seconds
saying
left.
Jesse is there. You need to swing a lot. Oh, wait, the bomb's going to get planted.
planted.
Economy's going to go up from that, but can they keep this plant safe from the defusal? Jesse taking a fight with Autumn, and Autumn does indeed come on top. 11-1, Tala. Ugh.
I mean, Team Mystic Venus, how did it fall apart so quickly for them? Because it seemed like they just started panicking, I think,
Switching
way too
sides.
early. And even though that force in the second round might have not been a panic buy, it might have been sort of confidence, ego type of thing. I feel like Team Mystic Venus on their attack, the name of the game for them was just being impatient. They couldn't wait out the utility, they couldn't stick together as a team and just wait for that aggression to fade away before they reaggress, and Dart Monkeys doesn't have that utility under their belt.
Yeah, and just aggression that Dart Monkeys is bringing out, even on defense, makes me really worried about this attack. With the Brimstone, it allows for you to really cover the site, especially A site, and just W key it on there with having the Yoru and the Sky double blind. I mean, who's gonna know where anyone is?
Yeah, this is, I mean, they have a lot of utility Dart Monkeys, also really aggressive composition, but they've actually totally slowed down the pacing here. In the early rounds, they're not going too far in. They're kind of letting Team Mystic Venus take a little bit of control, and then they're starting their push. Kurosu now trying to go in, spots out some of the players, the Trailblazer, the Prowler. There's so much going on,
Spike
but Team
down
Mystic
A.
Venus, they're still making it pretty even.
Last player
2-3
standing.
situation. SK, though, she's going to make it 2-1. 3-1.
Oh no, Violet has been spotted, and SK says that's mine. Ding, ding, ding. 12 points on the board. Match point, ladies and gentlemen. The first map was the choice of Team Mystic Venus, but I don't know. I don't know if this was the right choice, Tala.
Yeah, Team Mystic Venus, now they're on match point. They have no choice but to force, and it's just incredibly tough because Team Mystic Venus, they seem to be an attacker-sided team just from the numbers alone, but the numbers don't tell the entire story because Team Mystic Venus, this is a newer roster, and they also have a little bit of a different team comp running Fade, and now on their fourth fight, even though they should be defense favored because of their Sentinel, they're still falling apart on the pistol, and now this take starting on A. You just gotta pray for Team Mystic Venus.
I am praying. Those pain shells are hitting. It's Bunny Bee. They have no fear in sight. Trying to right click.
Spike planted.
But it doesn't come on through. Now the bomb has been planted. It is on 3-on-3. But we get a heal here happening for Raze. Team Mystic Venus. Jet. Very low on health.
Rosu trying to be that first point of contact in showers, and Autumn holding the U-Haul with that seize. The decay comes through, the guiding light also going to miss, so Autumn escapes that interaction unscathed, and now it's a full U-Haul push. Grimoire tries to swing out, it's a trade, and now Team Mystic Venus, they're
One
2 for
enemy
2, but the
remaining.
time is so
Last
low.
Player standing.
Was that a knife? That was
I
a
think
knife.
they definitely.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Adam. Way to make a statement to end that off, bringing us to the 13-1. Dart Monkeys take it home on the map that should not have been theirs, from at least a statistical point. But unfortunately, that is the way the cookie crumbled, and it brings us to look forward to that second map, which will be Icebox. They have played before on this map, Tala. So any predictions for that? Anything you want to see before we take it to a short break?
I mean, I don't know if Fade has as much power on Icebox, so I don't know if I want them to bring that Fade back on that next map. I mean, Icebox is kind of just blue bind if you think about it. It's kind of similar in that way, the way they have that open sight on one and then they have that smaller enclosed on the other. But Icebox is a map where Viper really shines. And I know that both these teams do have dedicated Viper players, but I haven't seen Team Mystic Venus play with this team comp, with this roster, and Viper on the team comp. So I'm really excited about what we will see in that next matchup. And after a short break, we will bring you that next map.
Take a chance. I never wanna look back. Take a chance. Take a chance on faith. Take a chance on faith.